Alright, this is Final Exam Review Packet Unit 1. We're going to walk through the problems here as quickly as we can to go over every single problem in the packet to help you guys out a little bit for this final exam. You could use this as a studying source so you could do as well as you can on a final exam. Alright, so number 1. What we have here, we have a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin. We got to rotate this triangle about the origin. So what we got to do, to rotate something 180 degrees, we take its original coordinates and then we change the signs of them. So G, the original coordinates of G are -1, comma, -1. To go to G prime, G prime's coordinates then will be 1, comma, 1. We just change the signs of G. We then put a little dot at 1, 1, and that's our G prime. I'll try to make it a little more colorful. Give you some more color. So that red dot, that's G prime. We apply it 1 to the right, 1 up. Now next up, let's do F. We gotta rotate F 180 degrees. So F, its original coordinates are 3 to the left, 4 down. So 3 to the left, 4 down. So that's why it's -3, comma, -4. F prime, that coordinate will be, we just have to change the sign, so it'll be 3, comma, 4. Just like what we did in class. So now we plot the point. 3 to the right, 4 up. That's my F prime. H, that's my last coordinate that I got to do. So H is 2 to the right, 5 down. So 2 to the right, and then down 5. That's the coordinate for H. Now H prime, we have to flip-flop the sign. So it'll be -2, comma, +5. And that will get us the H prime. Oh. So 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Now once you have those 3 points, you connect them. And you have yourself a nice pretty triangle that has been rotated 180 degrees about the origin. And of course you gotta label them A prime, B prime, G prime, H prime, and F prime. And that's how you rotate it. Let's do another one together. So number 2 is reflection across the x-axis. Now I highlighted here, this red line is the x-axis, so we got to flip it. So what we got to do, C is 1 away from that red line. So if it's 1 up, the reflection is going to be that 1 down. So I put a dot 1 down. That's my C prime. My D prime, or my D, is 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So the opposite of 4 down is 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my D prime is all the way up here. It's the reflected. B is 3 down, so the opposite of 3 down is 1, 2, 3 up. And that's my 3 prime, my B prime. This blue triangle is the reflected across the x-axis of that black triangle. Where this is my C prime, this is my B prime, and this is my D prime up here. All right, that's number 2. Number 3, what it says rotate 90 degrees clockwise. 90 degrees clockwise. The formula to do that is what I have here. XY changes to Y, comma, -X. So, we first have to find the coordinates of S, T, U, and V. So we're going to do that. S, the coordinates are -4, 1. And S prime will then be, well, we flip it. The Y now comes first, so I put a 1 there. Comma, then -X. That means we change the sign of -4, which turns into +4. So that's my S and S prime. My V, the one down below, the one right here, the V. V is 3 to the left, -3, and comma -1 because it's 1 down. V prime, we got flip-flop them, so now -1 comes first. And then your -x, that means you have to change your sign for the value of x, so that -3 turns into a +3. So then V prime is -1, 3. So let's graph those 2 points first. So first we have 1 to the right, 4 up. That's my S prime. My V prime is -1, 3 up. So we're rotating this clockwise here. All right, next up, we're going to look at that U. We're going to rotate that sucker. So U is 2 to the left, 4 up. So -2, comma 4. U prime. You flip-flop them, so it'll be 4, comma, +2, according to our rule here. And then T. T is 3 to the left, 5 up. So -3, comma 5. So T prime is then going to be 5, comma, +3. Then we plot those points on the graph here. So 5 to the right, 3 up. That's your T prime. And U prime is 4 to the right and 2 up. So there's our figure when rotated around. That's rotated 90 degrees clockwise. Let's move on to the next one. Number 4. We have to reflect this guy across the x=1 axis. Or the x=1. So that's this red line here that I put in. Now U is 3 to the right, so we got to go 3 to the left to go U prime. V is 2 to the left, so that means 2 to the right. We got to do the opposites when we do reflections. And W is 1 to the left, so we got to go 1 to the right. Then we connect it up. I'll make it a blue triangle. And that blue triangle is the reflection of the black triangle along the x=1 line. Number 5, we got to rotate this guy 180 degrees. So we use that rotation and we just flip-flop the coordinates. So U is 3 to the right, 1 up. So when we rotate it, that means it's 3 to the left, 1 down. V is 5 to the right, 2 up. So it's V then 5 to the left, 2 down. And T is 4 to the right, 3 down. So it'd be 4 to the left, 3 up. That's how we successfully rotate it around. 180 degrees about the origin. That's the answer to number 5. Number 6, we got to rotate this guy around 180 degrees. So, it's a bunch of those opposites again. Whoops. So if this is 1 to the right, 1 up, that means it's 1 to the left, 1 down. This is my H prime. If G is 3 down, that means I got to go 3 up for my G prime. I is 3 to the left, 1 down, so 3 to the right, 1 up is my I prime. And my J, if it's 3 to the left and 5 down, that means you got to go 3 to the right and 5 up. So that's my answer for number 6. Number 7, we gotta rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. So here's the formula. XY turns into -YX, where we rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So my K is up 1 to the right, to the right 1, up 1. So when we rotate it, we're gonna turn out it's gonna be up 1 to the left 1. That's gonna be where my K prime is when I rotate it. 1, comma, -1. Actually, I better type that out. 1, comma, -1. That's going to turn into I'm sorry, it's 1, 1. 1, 1. 1 then turns into negative 1, comma, and then my x value is just 1. So that's my k. My L is 1 to the right, 2 up. So 1 to the right, 2 up. That's going to turn into negative 2 comma 1 according to our formula there. So I go 2 to the left, 1 up. That's going to be my L prime. My M is 3 to the right, 3 up. 3, 3. So that means I flip-flop it so it becomes down negative 3 comma 3 according to our rule. And the last one, N, is 5 to the right, 3 up. So then it becomes negative 3 comma 5. So we graph them. Negative 3, 3. And then negative 3, 5. Once we plot those points, we connect them. So we see our nice pretty figure being rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. Next is number 8. We got to rotate. We got to reflect across the y equals 3 line. So T stays on top of each other. Q is 1 up, so you go 1 down. R is 2 up, so you got to go 2 down. S is 2 up, you got to go 2 down. And now we just got to connect that figure. And now we successfully reflected. The blue guy is a reflection of the black over the red line now. So it's a reflection across the y equals 3 line. Number 9, we got to reflect across the x equals negative 1 line. So in red, I drew out the x equals negative 1 line. It's a vertical line at negative 1. C is 1 to the left, so you got to plot a point 1 to the right. D is 1 to the left, so you plot 1.1 to the right. A is 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, so we got to go 4 to the right. And B is 4 to the left, so we got to go 4 to the right. That's where my B prime will be. And that guy is a reflection over the x equals negative 1 line. This guy, I'll slide it down a little bit. This is a reflection across the y equals negative 2 line. So in red, I drew the negative 2 line. Now we got to reflect each one of those points. So S is 2 up, so we got to go 2 down to get S prime. T is 2 up, so we got to go 2 down to get T prime. And R is 2 down, so we got to go 2 up to get R prime. We then connect them. Oh, sorry. Gotta go down because there's one hidden one there, right on the line. Now you have a reflection over the y equals 2 line. That's number 10. Number 11 here. We have small plus small equals big. And what we know about small plus small equals big is that this small piece, EF, that I highlight here in red, plus this little FG piece, those two pieces together add to 2x minus 7. So we have 6 plus x minus 5 equals 2x minus 7. We then combine like terms. So negative 5 plus 6 gets you positive 1, so x plus 1 equals 2x minus 7. We then subtract 1x from both sides and we get 1 equals x minus 7. Then we're going to add 7 to both sides and we're going to get 8 equals x, aka x equals 8 for number 11. Number 12, same concept. This FG part, that red part, plus the GH, that purple part, those two parts put together equal the big guy, equals 14. So we put those two algebraic expressions together and set it equal to 18. Negative 8 minus 8 gets you negative 16. 2x plus 1x gets you 3x. So we just combine like terms on the left-hand side. Then we add 16 to both sides of that equal sign. So we add 16 there, we add 16 here. So then you're going to get 3x equals 30. Because the negative 16 and positive 16 cancel out. 14 plus 16 gets you 30. Then you're going to divide by 3. And you get x equals 10. So number 12, the answer is x equals 10. Number 13, we're now using the midpoint formula. Midpoint formula is this formula right here. We take the average of the x's, and then we take the average of the y's. So negative 7 minus 4 gets you negative 11. Negative 11 divided by 2 gets you negative 5.5. So that'd be negative 5.5. Negative 10 minus 3 gets you negative 13. Negative 13 divided by 2 gets you negative 6.5. So the answer is B. 13 is B. 14, same concept. Negative 4 plus 9 gets you 5. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. 8 plus 10 gets you 18. 18 divided by 2 gets you 9. So the number 14 is C. Number 15, same concept. X goes with X, Y goes with Y. Negative 10 minus 4 gets you negative 14. Negative 14 divided by 2 gets you negative 7. Negative 3 plus 6 gets you 3. 3 divided by 2 gets you 1.5. And you can just type that into the calculator to get that. Number 16. Number 16, it says negative 1 and 4. Well, those are my two x values, so negative 1 plus 4 gets you 3. 3 divided by 2 gets you 1.5, so that would be right here. Negative 6 minus 6 gets you negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 2 gets you negative 6, so that's how you do 16. 17, same story. 0 plus negative 3 is negative 3. Negative 3 divided by 2 gets you negative 1.5. Negative 9 minus 2 gets you negative 11. Negative 11 divided by 2 gets you negative 5.5, aka negative 5.5. So number 17 is D. 18, same story. Negative 1 plus 7 gets you 6. 6 divided by 2 gets you 3. 8 minus 5 gets you 3. 3 divided by 2 gets you 1.5. So 18's A. Now 19 is the same concept. Now you have to first find the endpoints. So number 19 is negative 2, 2. Negative 2, comma 2. Those guys is that coordinate, that green coordinate right here. The purple coordinate is negative 1, 5. So negative 1, 5. Now that you got the two coordinates, then you find the midpoint of those two coordinates. Negative 2 minus 1 gets you negative 3. Negative 3 divided by 2 gets you negative 1.5. Or negative 1.5. 2 plus 5 gets you 7. 7 divided by 2 gets you a 3.5. aka 3.5. Number 20, and then we're going to hit the stop button for this video and move on to the next video. The midpoint of each line segment, I first find the coordinates. So the purple coordinate is 1 to the right, 5 down. The red coordinate is 1 to the right, 5 up. So 1 comma 5. 1 plus 1 gets you 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Negative 5 plus 5 gets you 0. 0 divided by 2 gets you 0. So the midpoint is 1, 0 for number 20. All right, so I'm going to hit the pause button. We're going to move on to the next video here.